Okay, good morning, or I should say actually good afternoon. We are here this week at Peralta Regional Park in Pinal County, just east of the Phoenix metro area. Never been here before, so we're gonna stay a night and check it out and do a little camping. But look at these views. Pretty awesome. We just got here maybe 3-4 minutes ago, so we're gonna go check in and set up camp, and we'll see how this park is. So we finally found our camp spot. It took a while to find it. This park is a lot bigger than I thought. I had no idea it was this big. So we were driving around for a good 15-20 minutes trying to find our camp spot. The GPS doesn't have the park trails marked at all on the map, so we're kind of just playing it by ear. We are at camp number C29, spot 29. It's got pretty good views of the Superstitions and this little outcrop over here and Saguaros. Look at all of them on that hill there. It's not too bad. Today was going to be 90, but we got here, it's around almost 5, quarter to 5, so the temperature's dropping pretty quick, especially in the shade. Just look at this area here. It's pretty nice. I would definitely come back. It cost us $17 plus a $3 online fee to stay here, so 20 bucks. Kind of high, I think, for not having any trash facilities, no water and no hookups, and no ramadas, but they do have the picnic table over there. Since it's our first time here, I didn't realize that you can't drive up to your spots. They have the rocks here, so, but it's not too bad. All right, we're gonna get camp set up and then check back with you after sundown probably. All right, we ended up moving to the next spot over. There's nobody here tonight, so we pretty much have all the spaces to ourselves. That one over there was just too far of a walk to the picnic table. We're going to do some hiking tomorrow, so we'll save our energy for the hikes tomorrow. Just got the camp set up. Pretty easy setup here. We didn't do our shade covers or anything like that. Sleep in the van, so we don't have to worry about a tent. Rocco's just waiting for dinner. And then just a simple setup with the anti-mosquito candle. What do you call that? Citronella, I think. I don't know. I've never actually used one before, so we'll see if it works. It's my first time trying that. Like I said, Rocco's ready for dinner, and then probably going to call it an early night. It is actually Halloween. Probably why nobody's here. They're out trick-or-treating, or everybody else is just too afraid to be out here on a Halloween night. Just me and my dog. It's going to be a great night. So we're out here checking out the park, and we came across this site here, C22, which I thought was a pretty strange place to have a campsite. I don't know if you can tell on camera, there's a wash that comes in right here, and it flows right through this road here, and then it flows back out down through here. So if you were staying at this campsite during a heavy rainfall, you might not be able to get back out or get into your campsite based on the location of where it is. It's got some pretty nice views from the site, though, that's for sure. Just something to think about if you're thinking of getting a site here. C22 is kind of in a low spot of the park. Here's the next spot. I don't know if you can see, it's getting dark, but this is C23, which is up. Oh, I have a headlamp. Yeah, that doesn't really help. I guess it does. So this is C23, which is up out of the wash, the next campground over. Much better campsite. Got a really good view of the Superstitions right there. And especially if you have a group of friends, the next site is literally right next door. So if you're coming out here with a group of people, big family, some buddies on the weekend, 23 and whatever site this is, probably 25 or 24. This one right here is 25, so 24. Those are two good spots with great views of the mountains. See Rocco out there waiting for me. I'm not too good at making these videos. I'm still a rookie, and he gets frustrated when I stop the film. He won't run away though. You hear him grunting. I don't know if the camera can pick that up or not. Here he comes back. I don't really worry about him, especially when we're in areas where there's not very many people, or no people actually. He won't run off. He's got an addiction to me. If wherever I go, he goes. If we're hiking and he gets ahead of me and he doesn't see me, he will actually turn around and follow the trail back to come look for me. I never have to worry about him running off or getting lost, which is a good thing. A lot of times, a lot of other dogs, or even people, will just wander off and get lost. See, he'll walk out ahead of me as soon as he realizes that I'm not coming. And I do keep his leash on him just in case I need to step on it, like an emergency or something. He's also got rattlesnake training, so he's definitely afraid of the rattle of the sound of a rattlesnake. And that's about as far as he goes, and then he stops and looks back and sees if I'm coming or if he can see me. And he'll just stand there and wait for me, or he'll come back and see what I'm doing. Good morning. We are still at Peralta Regional Park. Got done with our campground. We only stayed for one night. Just like I said, trying to explore and check this place out. And so far, it's been pretty good. Today, we're going to do this trail before we leave. I believe it was called the Saguaro Loop trail. There's quite a few trails over here. Here's a map of all the trails. We're going to do this one here, this loop here. It's 1.8 miles. Saguaro Loop, and immediately before we even leave, you can see it lives up to its namesake. So we're going to check this out and see where it takes us. So this trail really provides some awesome views of the Superstitions, and then, like I said, this is the Saguaro Loop trail. There's quite a few saguaros, but also, you got these cholla cactuses. If you're not from Arizona and you see these, so if you come visit and you see these, you don't want to touch them. They do stick to your skin, and they're very difficult to get off. And then the ocotillos are just blooming with green. You got these other types down here. A really awesome trail. And this trail, I believe, loops around this hill here and then heads back to the parking lot. Like I said, it's only a 1.8 mile trail. It's about 8 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be 90 today. Right now it's about 65. So I didn't want to do too long of a trail to where it starts to affecting Rocco and myself. We should be done here by about 10 o'clock, and by then hopefully the temperatures will still be in the low to mid 80s, hopefully even in the high 70s. Okay, it looks like we're heading back down towards the van. The loop isn't quite as long as I thought it was. I knew it was 1.8 miles, but I thought it looped around the hill that was behind us earlier. It doesn't. It kind of climbs up the hill and then meanders along the side of it. This is the park we stayed at right down there. This is the picnic areas over here, and the campgrounds are over here by that peak over there. That one little peak over there, if my camera will focus. That's pretty much nearby where we camped. Great place. I would definitely come back. This trail wasn't too bad. Like I said earlier, with possibility of getting it pretty warm. It's November 1st, but it's the desert, so 89, 90 is the high today. So we didn't do anything too extreme, and we're going to be out of here well before the temperatures hit that. Would I come back again? Definitely. Like I said earlier, the only thing I didn't like was I thought the $17 or $20 a night for camping with no water, no toilets. Well, there are toilets, I'm sorry. No water and no trash, and no ramadas or anything at the campsites, which I thought was kind of strange. Seems a little steep, but overall it was worth it. We will be back. So we were heading back down, coming back to our vehicle, and look, we found this little arch. Had no idea that there was an arch around here. So we're gonna go walk up there. It's only about 20 yards away, and go check it out. Okay, so we made it to the arch. Rocco's definitely checking it out. It's actually quite large once you get up to it. It didn't look too big while we were back there, just a few hundred feet away. But now it's a good maybe 4 or 5 feet across each direction. Pretty neat. And then if you look out, it gives you the view of the park. Pretty neat little hidden gem that we discovered. Rocco. These are the superstitions, where they say that there's supposedly gold out here somewhere in these hills. Nobody's ever found it yet, but people come out here and are always looking. I don't think this mine is from that. This mine is probably from, they were probably excavating looking for copper or some other minerals. Arizona has quite a bit of copper, so that's probably what that's from. But cool little find on this trail. All right, just finished up the hike. What a fun little hike. It's goes through the saguaros, hence the name, like I said. Loops around the foothills of the mountain back there in the distance, and then comes back around about a third up the way that hill. And that's where we saw the arch, and then coming back down the other side of that on our way back, we saw the mine. Pretty cool little place. I did notice that over there, right around the corner of that turn there is a dumpster. So they do have trash services. So there's a place for you to dump your trash if you need to, if you're camping. If you do come, it's cash only. If you do the cash, it's $3 cheaper. It was a $3 fee for the online. Again, here's the prices of everything. $7 per vehicle per day, $17 per night. And then, of course, all the trails. We're going to come back and do more of these. They do have stargazing areas, which is kind of neat. It did get pretty dark out here. But overall, like I said, pretty good place. It is only 30, 40 minutes from our house. So I guess the $20 a night isn't too bad, because I would spend that in fuel having to drive up north. And, you know, between late October to early April, this is a really great place to camp without having to spend so much money on gas. All right, that's it for this week.